What if I told you that those nagging anxieties, the frustrations that steal your peace, and that feeling of being totally overwhelmed by life's chaos could actually be managed, and not with some fleeting trend, but with wisdom that's been around for over 2,000 years? What if ancient secrets held a truly practical key to a stronger, calmer, more resilient you starting right now? Let's be honest. We live in a world that's constantly screaming for our attention. It's noisy, full of distractions, and there's this nonstop pressure to do more, be more. It's so easy to feel like you're just adrift, constantly reacting and, frankly, stressed out. But what if the answer isn't some shiny new thing, but something ancient? Stoicism, a philosophy from ancient Greece, isn't about bottling up your emotions or just gritting your teeth through life. Think of it more as a practical guide to living a good life, a mental toolkit that helps you build resilience, live by your values, and feel more in sync with yourself and the world. This isn't just dusty old philosophy. It's about real mindset shifts. Today, we're looking at 7 Stoic insights that, if you really get them and apply them, can genuinely make your daily life better. They can guide you to more peace, solid resilience, and real personal growth. Ready to see things a little differently? All right, the first big one, and honestly it's foundational, is this powerful idea of figuring out what's in your control and what's not. Just think about it. How much of your daily stress comes from worrying about things you have zero power over? The weather, traffic jams, what other people think of you, the economy, mistakes you've made in the past, or what the future might hold. The Stoics said our peace of mind gets wrecked when we tie our happiness to these external things. The shift in thinking here is pretty game-changing. Basically, pour all your energy into what you can control. And what's that? Your thoughts, your beliefs, your judgments, your decisions, your actions, how you respond to things. This is your turf, your inner fortress, where you call the shots. When you really let that sink in, anxiety about the uncontrollable stuff starts to fade. It's not about not caring about the world. It's about being effective and finding some calm. So, instead of losing it over a delayed flight, totally out of your control, you focus on how you use that unexpected extra time. That's in your control. Instead of fuming because someone criticized you, their opinion, not your business, you choose how you'll react. Maybe learn from it, or just calmly let it go. Your action in your control. This isn't just about cutting down on negativity. It makes you feel powerful, like you're actively shaping your life, instead of being pushed around by circumstances. It's the bedrock for emotional strength and growing as a person. Every single day gives you tons of chances to practice this. At work, in your relationships, with your personal challenges. Just start by asking, can I actually control this? If the answer's no, consciously practice letting it go. Life isn't always a walk in the park, right? It's full of storms, hurdles, and those curveballs you never see coming. The usual reaction? Frustration, maybe even despair, that feeling of being knocked down. But Stoicism hands us this incredible mindset shift. See every obstacle not as a roadblock, but as a chance to practice your values, to get stronger, to learn something, and to grow. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius put it brilliantly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Now, this isn't about slapping on a fake smile or denying that a situation is tough. It's about changing how you look at it. That super difficult project at work, it's a chance to sharpen your problem-solving skills and build some grit. A tricky relationship, that's an opportunity to work on patience, empathy, and how you communicate. A personal screw-up, that's a valuable lesson, giving you info for next time. When you start thinking this way, obstacles don't have the same power to knock you off course. Instead, they become fuel for your growth. It makes you braver because you stop fearing challenges and start seeing them as training. It makes you more resilient because you learn to bounce back, stronger, and a bit wiser. So next time you hit a snag today, just pause. Instead of that knee-jerk frustration, ask yourself, what good quality can I practice here? What can I learn from this? How can this actually make me better? This simple reframe turns tough times into pathways for real growth. It's about turning life's stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Seneca once said, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." That pretty much nails a common human problem. We tend to live anywhere but right here, right now. Our minds are often stuck replaying past regrets or spinning out future worries. The Stoics knew that the present moment is the only thing we actually have. The past, It's gone. Can't change it. The future hasn't happened. Totally uncertain. Living in either of those places is a recipe for feeling crummy and stressed. So, the mindset shift is to practice being mindful, consciously focusing on the present without judging it. It's about really being in your current experience, whether you're washing the dishes, talking to someone, or just taking a breath. This isn't about trying to empty your mind. It's about anchoring it. When you eat, actually taste your food. When you walk, feel the ground under your feet and the air on your skin. When you're working, get lost in what you're doing. Practicing this really lessens the grip of worry and regret. It makes you appreciate the small things in daily life you might normally miss. By being more present, you cut down on mental clutter and make space for some clarity and peace. This doesn't mean you never plan for the future or learn from the past. It just means you do it from a solid base of being aware in the now, instead of getting lost in those other time zones. Start with small moments. When you notice your mind wandering, gently bring it back to what you're doing right now. This simple act, done over and over, can really change how you experience life every day. In a world that's always tempting us with more stuff, more quick thrills, more distractions, the Stoic idea of self-control, or sophrosun, is a big one. This isn't about being super strict with yourself or denying all joy. It's about being sensible and balanced with your desires, emotions, and actions. It's about moderation in pretty much everything. The key idea here is that real freedom doesn't come from chasing every impulse. It comes from mastering those impulses. It's about knowing the difference between what you want right this second and what's actually good for you in the long run. This applies to everything. What you eat and drink, how you spend your money, how you manage your time, even how you react when someone pushes your buttons. A lack of self-discipline can make you a slave to your immediate desires, leading to choices that you regret later or that cause harm. But building it up, that creates incredible character, inner strength, and lasting well-being. It's about making choices consciously, instead of just being driven by desires you haven't really thought about. Try practicing this by setting small, doable goals for self-discipline. Maybe it's resisting an impulse buy, choosing a healthier meal, or really focusing on work for a set time without getting sidetracked. Each time you exercise self-control, you strengthen that mental muscle, helping you feel more centered, purposeful, and ultimately more fulfilled day to day. People often think Stoicism is all about just toughening yourself up individually, but a really important part of it is dikaiosune, which is all about justice. This means fairness, kindness, and doing right by others and society. The Stoics believed we're naturally social beings, like bees in a hive, meant to work together for everyone's benefit. Our own well-being is tied up with the well-being of others. The mindset shift here is to see yourself as part of a bigger human family. It means treating everyone with basic respect and fairness, even when it's hard, even when they don't do the same for you. It's about acting with integrity, trying to understand where others are coming from, and feeling a sense of responsibility for them. This doesn't mean you let people walk all over you, but it does mean trying to understand before you demand to be understood, lending a hand when you can, and acting in ways that build up your relationships and your community. Practicing justice and compassion doesn't just make life better for those around you. It makes your own life richer too. It builds strong, meaningful connections, creates trust, and cuts down on conflict. In your daily interactions, ask yourself, am I being fair here? Am I being kind? Am I doing what I should for this person or in this situation? Focusing on doing the right thing by others leads to a more harmonious and meaningful life, and it helps you grow by simply making you a better human being. Seneca also said, I will keep constant watch over myself and, most usefully, will put each day up for review. This points to something huge in Stoic practice, regularly looking back and reflecting. If we don't examine our actions, thoughts, and reactions, how can we ever expect to get better? How can we learn from what happened, good or bad? The idea is to see your daily life as a kind of learning lab. Every day gives you information. Regular reflection is how you analyze that information to understand yourself better, spot patterns, and consciously make changes for the future. This isn't about beating yourself up or dwelling on mistakes. It's a helpful, kind look at yourself. What went well today and why? Where did I not live up to my own standards or goals? And what can I learn from that? How did I handle challenges? Did I stick to my principles, like focusing on what I control or treating others fairly? Doing this regularly builds deep self-awareness, which is the foundation for any real personal growth. It helps you catch unhelpful thought patterns or behaviors and consciously choose better ones. You can do this by journaling before bed, taking 5 quiet minutes to mentally review your day, or even doing a weekly check-in. The key is just doing it consistently. This habit turns every day into a chance to keep improving, making you a more intentional and evolving person. The last insight we'll touch on is the Stoic teaching about accepting change and the fact that nothing lasts forever. From the seasons to our own lives, from our stuff to our relationships, everything is always shifting. Fighting this basic truth about life is a major reason we suffer. We try to hang on tight to what feels good, and we resist or get angry about what's unpleasant or what we lose. The mindset shift here is to embrace the fleeting nature of life, not with sadness, but with a clear-eyed acceptance that actually brings peace and makes you more adaptable. This doesn't mean you shouldn't love what you have or try to achieve good things. It just means understanding that, by their very nature, they won't be around forever. When you accept this, you free yourself from a lot of anxiety about potential loss and the pain of things inevitably changing. You become more resilient because you're not so easily rattled when things don't stay the same. You learn to appreciate the present even more, knowing it's temporary. Think of a river. Its beauty is in its constant flow and movement. Life is a lot like that. Trying to stop the river just makes it stagnant. Going with its flow leads to a more dynamic and peaceful journey. This perspective helps you handle losses more calmly and welcome new beginnings with an open mind. It's a huge source of inner peace, knowing you can deal with whatever comes your way because you're not desperately attached to one specific, unchanging outcome. This acceptance makes you incredibly adaptable, which is a super important skill for getting through the ups and downs of modern life. So, these 7 Stoic insights, they're not just interesting ideas from old books. They're practical tools you can use to actually change your daily experience for the better by focusing on what you can control, seeing obstacles as chances to grow, living in the present, building self-discipline, treating others with justice and compassion, reflecting on your days, and accepting that things change. You start to build a mindset that's wise, resilient, and guided by your values. This isn't about becoming some emotionless robot. It's about navigating life's inevitable ups and downs with more skill, more peace, and a stronger sense of purpose. The Stoic path is a lifelong practice, a continuous journey of getting better and understanding more about how to live a good life. Maybe just pick one insight to start with. See how it shifts your day. Which of these Stoic ideas really clicked with you? Is there one you're going to try to consciously put into practice, starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. It's great to learn from each other. And if you found this look at ancient wisdom for modern living helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe for more on personal growth and practical philosophy, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what we explore next. Remember, the goal isn't to be unfeeling, but to feel the right things and to do the right thing, no matter what life throws your way.